Probably my favorite way to worship is through music, by playing it or listening to it. Psalms 98:4 says, "Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Burst into jubilant song with music."
Music has always been my um, main practice when it came to worshiping Christ.
Music is one of the main ways that I'll worship God. A lot of times the beat of the song will draw me in, and then I'll start really listening to the words. And the words will just get into my heart, and they will cause me to praise God and to lift my hands up to Him and reaching out for Him. Sometimes it just brings me to my knees.
I love worshiping through music. Music is a wonderful way to connect my heart to God.
Music is a huge part of my life, and I love how it's impacted me and really allowed me to communicate with God through just singing by myself or just listening to music or even being able to lead others, which really means a lot to me.
Obviously in song, through music.
Before there was Christian contemporary music, I like to pick out songs on the top 40 charts that I could draw spiritual applications from, such as Turn, 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 Get Together, and Spirit in the Sky.
My favorite way to worship is through music. I love getting together with people and playing music and singing to God.
There was even times before I believed that Christ was who He said He was and that He came and died for us, that I would feel another presence near when I was playing music, especially praise and worship music on Sunday mornings or whenever any other event I was playing with the worship team. I would feel this other presence near to me that kind of revealed to me that there was something else out there other than just us on this earth.
And I have found that through the years, I am really able to connect with God on a more emotional and deeper level through music.
Worshiping through music, which is just my all-time favorite.
I worship God in fellowship with other Christians.
After I had accepted Christ for who He was, I began to feel His Spirit close when I was serving. Began to feel His Spirit close when I was in prayer, when I would be speaking theology with a friend, or when I was leading youth group and telling jokes to teenagers.
Times in prayer have been when I have felt the deepest connection with God in worship. There in prayer that my focus has been changed from me, from my circumstance, from all those things, to just looking to God.
Then along came young Christian artists opening up a new musical door. The Lord called them to deliver a different sound to a different generation. But when the right words come alongside with the right chords and the right beat, this can lift my weary spirit to soaring heights. Music is a powerful tool, so He created it for His pleasure and for our pleasure.
Through reading His Word and helping His people.
I also like to keep a journal. I take sermon notes in it and just kind of track where I'm at, both in my relationship with God and just in my work life and everything, and it just helps me to stay focused and centered.
Shout to the Lord, all the earth, let us sing, power and majesty and praise to the King.
When I look into the night sky, I can't help but worship God with all the stars that He created and how He placed them.
I really enjoy being able to come and worship and make music for the Lord with people that really do it for the same reasons and purpose, which is to show love and adoration for our God.
There are times on Sundays when I just feel zeroed in on Him and I can feel His presence, and it's just the most wonderful thing in the world.
And then there's those times where you sit in the quietness, where you unplug and you remove yourself from the busyness of the day, and you can sit there and you can reflect. Ask God to show you the directions that you need to take in your life. And
Getting out in nature and just enjoying some solitude time.
I worship by recognizing the beauty in nature, So I try and make a point of getting outside in all seasons of the year and just communing with God through His creation.
And I can remember one time we were encountering a difficult situation, very, very discouraging. The prayers were kind of like, woe is me, woe is us. And then in the midst of that, my prayer changed, saying, God, I believe in you. God, my faith is in you. Even if this doesn't turn out, we have you, and so we have what we need. I felt a connection with God like never before. My statement of faith was based on God Himself. I was worshiping God with a very pure heart. It was all about Him.
It needs to pervade my life. And
If we are to pursue Christ with everything in our being, then every aspect of our life can be worship to our Creator.